Got the button pusher in the back. Hide these posts. But you know, these lives. I got evil eyes around the NAGA. Bro, staring at me in the trees. Hard, and brothers. Like, they out here to call them houses. I didn't make that name. You know, just staring hard. Folks that I probably made. Glance at. You know, something that's very offensive. It can be disrespectful. But they do this shit all the time. You know, they just do it all the time. They try to get me to, you know, react a certain way. Which is like, man, I ain't make you stand at me. I ain't put my thing in your mouth. Come on, that's all you gotta say. Damn. So yeah, it kind of messed up my live last time, so I gotta jump back up into it, man. Chopping it up about, you know, false shepherds, Farrakhan, you know, these Marcus Garvey situations, just going back to Africa shit, you know, stuff like that. Be in my vision so bad. It's an entitlement issue that I have to shoot it down to. It's crazy. It's crazy. But man, we're showcasing the cluster B. It's live and direct. All you gotta do is draw a line, and draw a line. You'll see who's narcissistic or sociopathic. You know, just like we're drawing a line right now. Farrakhan, man. In the NOI, you know. Things that are trying to be, you know, speaking for all black folks, thinking that we're all that they're speaking for everyone of us. They're not. This is why false gods always prey on your all spirit love. You know, that you're in tune with the all spirit. So they kind of prey on that. They give the all spirit different names. They like market to you in your afterlife. Basically, you're not even afterlife, but just your transition. So you got to be up on your P's and Q's, because like when you got false shepherds coming into the game, I mean, like they purposely came to mislead you and say that you're from another part of the world, instead of just trying to heal what we have been through. And Farrakhan definitely knows, because his wife is a true Amaru, indigenous American. He knew that. He spoke that up, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? So in order for him to be able to say that the black man created this white man, and we already know about the lessons of it, if anyone who's got knowledge of self has got, the 120, which is in the English C lesson, and the 1 through 14, just all the lessons, the supreme wisdom of so-called supreme wisdom of the NOI. And these lessons is written with, Farad Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, who answered the questions very near correct, but not all the way 100%. And so according to a lot of those questions, a lot of us just kind of speculate on what could have and should have and would have happened. You know what I'm saying? What could have and should have and would have happened. You know what I'm saying? We're all part of the same tribe in the Amaru. That is, pretty much the same tribe. So, so that's why they kind of market to us, because they know we got this like livelihood, this happiness, this dance. Because Farrakhan did say, like, man, he's seeing his wife dance and do these moves that were beautiful. It was in an interview. I think it was a CBS interview. My bro was looking at him like, because the girl that was interviewing him, like, knew, like, your grandma and all the, you Creole or whatever the hell he is from. Like, you from over here, right? You know what I'm saying? Why are you saying we can't swim 9,000 miles to get back to Africa? Why ain't we trying to get no village in Africa there? If it was that important, now we're the creator, now we're the maker of this car, this devil. The only reason why we got a certain image of this devil, of this the Yakub in our head, is through, Malachi York. Hey, what's happening, y'all? I'm in the out, far. I'm doing well. I'm just doing a little download real quick, and I'm chopping it up about, America's false prophets and false shepherds to black folk in America, basically, and showing our natural in-tuneness to the Most High, the Source. How we just create everything without the false shepherds. False shepherds didn't want to. They wanted to limit our creativity, like the NOIs and your more science temples and stuff like that, you know, so we couldn't really like perform our arts and our gifts that we were given from the source, from the all highest, Hawa, or the name that we knew of first, basically, that they spoke on. You know, there's other names, El Gokwen and all of these things, but, you know, pretty much a lot of the false gods, they have the one name too, so they try to get us to worship their gods and stuff. You know, that's the whole key, because we already had connection and built civilization. So we didn't have nothing to do with this white man. He came over to where we was at, and so all of these things went down over in Africa. And yeah, to say that we were a chosen tribe that was taken out of Africa, you know, that was to say in the theology of time. I'm talking about for people who kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. Theology of time, Elijah Muhammad wrote that. You know, that it was a special God tribe in Africa that was taken out of Africa, trying to still connect us to Africa. And, you know, became so-called slaves or whatnot. And that we were created with our hair to be nappy. And now we scientifically know that, you know, nappy hair is first. We're the only people on earth with everybody's hair on our head. But nobody got this, you know. Nobody got nappy hair nowhere on their face. We got the eyebrow hair like the baby, the newborn. Hair like the goat, you grow your chin hair. Hair like the goat, which is most like curly white folks hair. You know what I'm saying? Straight hair. And then you got the perfect circle, which is the lot, which is basically the perfect circle that we see on a living being in nature. There's no other animal beside like a lamb who has woolly hair that is like that. This is the year of the lamb. So this is the year to kick back and let Most High do what it do, and just get your celibacy game up. You know what I mean? Your big brother's telling you right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your little nephew's telling you get it on point, because the spirit is really, really powerful. You'll put down all the false gods and religions. This man is, only way we got a vision of what Elijah Muhammad says is through Malachi York talking about, you know, the story of Yaqub and his birth, and how he was playing with the tools and the metals and the sand, and how he was going to make a people, but he drew an image so we could see him, and he called him basically an extraterrestrial, or a Dunakal, basically an inner earth dweller who bred with a T-Rose, which is a cone head motherfucker inside of the earth too, and they came out with this big head ass nigga. He put more emphasis on the story versus with Elijah Muhammad. He didn't say it. So remember, people's trying to slide in and market to the youth of the ghettos of America, due to the fact that niggas was already putting knowledge and stuff together through just through divine order with the Father. You call him Father Allah because Allah is what we use as the biggest term around, but really the Father, the one who first taught the nine born, and those nine born taught other nines, and then that's how we end up getting knowledge itself. It wasn't by no computer and shit. So when they seen that we was building on that, and they had like 50 years prior to us to build on the God status that they were supposed to have, they failed. They wanted to be involved in murder, death, kills, and wanted to mute one of the biggest, you know, our biggest representatives, which is Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? And then jealousy comes into play into that with the name. You know, that was supposed to be Malcolm X's name, and they try to make jealousy amongst them too. That was a student and a teacher, and that's how the guys on earth rolled. You know what I mean? So it was like on a silent tutorial type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had enlighteners. And so when they start seeing us getting together, like the chosen ones or the qualified ones qualifying themselves, these are young men calling themselves gods, building in circles in the manners of the gods of the heavens, not knowing the full understanding of the Etherians and things of that nature. This is why when, you know, Malachi York came in, he kind of marketed to the niggas, man, to the young gods and earths, to kind of get some of the members away. And he specifically marketed to the women, because the women were so, you know, in their divine masculine energy. Forget the divine feminine. They weren't in their divine masculine energy. It was in a toxic divine masculine energy. Hence, a lot of the guys were messing with earths or women who already had children and seeds by other gods or other men. And these guys raised them children, reared them children the best that they possibly could. You know what I mean? So, but they weren't in them. So this is where Malachi York came and marketed to them. And that's how all that shit got set up, G. You know what I mean? We're talking on a spiritual level. This shit ain't even written on the ground. This shit's written in the ethers right now. So we're drawing it in. But as far as like, they still running with the story right now. I think the NOI is finna make a book. I gotta do it now. I think the NOI is finna make a book, you know, pertaining, I mean, not a book, a movie now, about Yaqub. And it's like the one who can make a movie really should be like any of the Nuwapians, because they got more of the detail in the Holy Tabernacles that, you know, Malachi, false prophet Malachi York writes on. Because everybody's looking at him. The reason why I say false prophet, because I got to call and come at them because of the fact that they're actively marketing at us. And it's new niggas that's still upholding these motherfuckers to try to have us worship them and idolize them instead of the connection to the all source, the all spirit, which is in the heart. Eating the right way, detoxing. Yo, what's happening? Detoxing, eating the right foods. I see it says, you can't see the name, but I appreciate you up in the joint just saying what's up. Peace. You know what I mean? And so, you know, and so for them to kind of still have this division, it's like, wasn't the smartest thing to do? Wouldn't you want to go get land over in Africa if we're from Africa? When you want to go home? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, the majority of niggas in America, like, if we had to be at a home, we would be at home somewhere. It's niggas who are really fighting through their having an identity crisis, trying to find tribes over in Africa and shit. Which one is mine? Type shit. It's like, I want to go home. Niggas individually was doing it. And it's trying to make a wave to make an exodus. This is how much niggas want to be on their own. And not knowing that these motherfuckers that's not even your home. You get over there, they got ancestors and shit running around. Your ancestors ain't over there like that. So them motherfuckers get mad at you. They feel like they powerful than the all spirit. They can go put a hex on your ass, especially if you throwing your light and busting nuts and shit all the goddamn on time. And these some sexual motherfuckers over there. Big booty ass chicks with long ass fucking yardstick ass dicks and shit, man. You know? So you gotta understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of shit, a lot of treachery, a lot of let me get your shit. This is the time where you gotta sit back, let the Most High handle all this shit right now. And you ain't really gotta do much. And learn from trial and error is really about the Kundalini. If you stay on that path and don't release, don't jack off, don't play with yourself, the women gonna get meaner and stronger. You gonna get more wiser and more disciplined as a man. Because the woman ain't having sex. If she's putting dildos in her and shit, she's weakening herself. She's fucking her own self up. A lot of women don't really like to do that, but they will do it though, you know? And that's when you're dealing with, you know, these low vibratory frequencies. If you got a wife and things of that nature and your wisdom, you can still not have orgasms, but give her external orgasms. You ain't got to stick nothing, you don't have to stick your divine eye inside of her. That's a different orgasm right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a connection. You can give her external orgasm. Most I made it like that, P. She's supposed to be licked up and down type shit. This is what it's for. You know, when you're in times of these times, when you gotta be celibate, man. Ain't no other way. You can't heal no other way. You got motherfuckers telling us, still lying to us about the size of the earth, the picture of the earth, what it is, what it ain't. You know, cluster B personality disorder, gaslighting and projecting, sociopathic motherfuckers who already premeditate their thoughts onto us. This is what they do. Every move they do is premeditated. We do moves with feeling, they do it premeditated. That's why you can hint S&C is a little different, but to the untrained viber and eye, they won't see the difference as much. You know what I'm saying? But to niggas, you'll know. Like, okay, yeah, you can hold, this is a C note, but the way a nigga hit a C note is different from another motherfucker hitting a C note. You know what I'm saying? When you hear a nigga hitting a C note, he's all that shit. But it's within the pitch of the C-type shit. You know, you're dealing with music now. And music explains reality. That's explain. We're getting to a point where, fuck the language, nigga. These niggas created how to write music now. How to communicate through the vibration and melody and frequencies and tones and overtones and shit. That's a spiritual thing, music. Everybody can't do music. Even though everything's a drum, you can bam on it in the so-called third dimension and shit. You know, you get more in depth when you're like I say, as far as dealing with taking your repentance back and you're dealing with celibacy, you'll go into a different dimension within yourself. A lot of individuals who's already vegan and fruitarian vegan and stuff, you know, trying to eat right and exact, they probably been there for a while. They know it's something else that they're missing. And the main thing the next thing that they're missing that's going to get you into another dimension in yourself is the celibacy. That's hella spiritual. That's adding right on to everything you know. I'm drawing mothers up, but that's hella spiritual, G. I got mothers over here. They will be in the library with me and shit. Where I'm about to go right now. But I'm out here, so they be looking for me, man. They know I'm broadcasting and shit. You would think they're getting paid to sit around my ass. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting this out there to us, though, man, because this is what it is. Spread the message, man, to all of the Israelites and any of the NOIs and all of that, man, because what is it doing for you if you're not learning how to, you know, master your kundalini energy, your sexual energy in it? Because when you do that, you're not going to want to be in their world, and hence you're going to link up with others that's just like you, and y'all will find a way to make some type of currency if you need to make currency, or being able to eliminate the currency in all and just utilize the heart. You know what I mean? It'll come. Most I make it. You know. And so yeah, with that being said, man, niggas has always been misguided due to, you know, spells that we've been on and shit. You know, people be trying to figure out what we're doing, what we're gonna do next, and who we are. And it's like we all want to be left alone, but the only way you can make a motherfucker leave you alone like a bully, you gotta show a bully. And you only got one power, and that's the Most High. And the only way to tap into it is through your kundalini and becoming celibate, paying your tithes every month, showing the Most High that you care about your vessel and the light and the wisdom and everything that you was given. Your connection to your ancestors. We got higher connections. We got etheric connections. Nobody else on earth got that. Nobody else on earth got etheric connections. You know, that's why you always copy. You know, that's why you always, you know, people kind of have this little jealousy, envy thing. They love and hate you and shit at the same time. I got to beat my back because I know men, I'll tell you, man. I'm back. I got creepy ass men around bringing a little familiar spirit. Yeah, man. So yeah, like I told you already, man. People don't care about staying. I mean, like, they want to make you uncomfortable, but I'm not uncomfortable because they're gonna develop most likely gonna make them be obsessed. They're gonna be in their mind and go crazy. Then they're gonna have to try to show their hand and shit like that of what they truly are. You know, we can wicked, man. Really in real life, because in this time we should be all healing ourselves. You know, we should. Shouldn't be spending no dang on religion thing, just getting to yourself, because obviously the religious shit don't really work. Hold on, let me turn my little thing up. I'm just thinking, man, you know, these people, I'm the highlight of their day. I already know. I ain't talking to my life family. I'm talking about the grab the people that see me in person. I'm the highlight of their day. And I ain't talking about the Islanders, I love them. But these people that who know black folks, they see black folks, and they just, yeah. But basically, they don't beastly level and shit. Look, see, man. He got behind me on purpose and shit. You know what I mean? So when I say beastly level, it's like the 666 level. Like, you know, we're on the godly level, crystal level. These mothers are, you know, idolizing, dividing you, and they want to discard you. And you really don't even need them. Once you see you take back the power, man, they're going to make you try to deal with it. And it's not like the racist thing. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with hate. It's got to do with everything with healing from narcissistic abuse and shit. You know, gaslighting and projecting. Things of that nature, man. You know what I'm saying? Things that they just won't let niggas heal on their own. Like, we be like, okay, cool. You go about your way, and niggas, if you want to hang with them, go about them. But we're going to do this over here. You know, they're so obsessed. Niggas can't help it. I learned that. So I'm going to wrap it up, man. Like I got my gang stalkers over here. Too tough. I'm going to wrap it up, man. Like I got my gang stalkers over here. Too tough. They pull up on me on the street. They on the side. They act like they be on my. They're obsessed though. being me only. I ain't running and doing nothing. If you see, I'm always first at the location before I go, and I'm the electromagnetic attraction when it comes to that point. You know what I'm saying? You can be the same way too. That's why you gotta separate. When you break up from a narcissist, man, they're gonna see every way. They're gonna always try to make a way to get into get your attention, man. That's what I'm saying. Leave all these little false religions alone, man. You're gonna see they're gonna do one. They're gonna have a parade to get your goddamn attention. You know? I'm telling you. Because why? They see you healing. They see you healing from you know, their narcissistic abuse. Whatever it takes, man, to get your attention. These are gang stalkers. I got one over here. I'm just standing here, G. I guess I'm being outstanding, huh? Yeah, I'm talking to my life family. It's serious, B. You gonna see. You gotta break up. If you can help it, don't go and deal with them in their jobs and none of that shit. It's already bad enough. We gotta use the spells of their money in our pockets and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, we gotta go ahead and, you know, we gotta buy land. We're the only place in the world we gotta buy land on our own land. These people go around the world, they can only lease property and lease land for like 99 years or some shit. On our shit, we got foreigners owning our shit. We gotta probably use that to our advantage. the corners, they happen to be raised up at least to hip hop. They my age. They my age, nigga. They know KRS-One, man. And come on. And they know that we like smart hip. They have to have like smart hip hop at that time. They're a little older than me. That's what smart hip hop was back in the day, you know? So yeah, man. I just wanted to add, you know, chime in real fast. I got the gang song because they really hard on a nigga. I mean, to the point they entitled to attention and shit like that. I just don't give them no attention. Look, I ain't got my fake me out headphones on. You know, so I'll be wearing these motherfuckers. But right now, it's like I don't even care. I don't have to deal with it. It's like there's no reason. I don't have no social equality to deal with certain individuals. Not to be that as racist. It's just the fact that individuals got to put in the work to heal themselves and see why they would want to deal with me in the first place. If we're not doing business to a degree, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's just energy ciphering or what, you know? But at this point, everybody needs to heal, especially with niggas and white folks and shit. You know what I mean? And anyone who's trying to come to niggas and say that you need to go back to Africa or anybody like that, because not everybody's finding out. Like, niggas ain't from that spot. Niggas already was in the Amaru, had all the buildings and the trains and planes, everything. You know? And so we were living amongst each other. We didn't kill each other and want each other's shit, but we may fought each other. We did it in a fair fight. You know, stuff like that. We never went to go and offend somebody the way we are now because we're self-sabotaging. That's all we're doing. We're just doing what they do. Once we pull back and stop self-sabotaging, you'll see that their nature is going to be self-sabotaging on their own. They're the only ones that'll go out and try to have an entitlement issue to our energy, whether we're driving a vehicle, walking down the street, whatever. It's whatever. And it's like, it's getting beyond psychopathic at this point. It's getting beyond psychopathic, dude. And it's like we're being forced to deal with it. And you really don't have to. Someone who's premeditating your every move, you know what I'm saying? What you do, following you, doing this, that, and the third, all because you just doing you. That's how we're gonna be. All because we're just being niggas to us, having our good times, doing what we do. They're gonna want to see what the hell we doing. So with that being said, man, just get your game, get your everything right in this act, man, and I'll be with you in the next one. Just get your kundalini up, pay your tithes, respect the 4 sacred days of the moon. Give them their Sabbath back. Which is Saturday, that's their Saturn and shit. You know, we go with the 4 sacred days.